him to notify me as the chief security officer of this state. It's a crime. So be it. I have no regret about it. I repeat it, before you come into Edo State, notify me. It's not a threat.
This kind God, another one.
We'll make a formal complaint, and I'll show you this cannot be true at all. We have a country. Yes, and we are part of the country. Exactly. You know, we cannot have terrorism terrorizing the country and have officials in government terrorizing citizens. It's not acceptable.
But it was chaotic and violent in Benin City, the Edo State capital, as Peter Obi and leadership of the ADC came under attack. Armed men reportedly followed party officials from the ADC secretariat to the home of the former APC chairman, Chief John Oyegun, firing shots and destroying vehicles. Well, that alarm was raised. But we're joined now by the man who put up that statement himself, Mr. Yunusa Tanko, Interim National Coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Some of those images shocking, disappointing, well, maybe not surprising to certain people as a result of previous rhetoric, but run us through what exactly happened.
Okay. Typical of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, when he goes to any state, he does this humanitarian program on a continuous basis. And there was a program in the School of Nursing, St. Philomena, in number 23, Down Street in Benin. After his first visit, he promised that he was going to come back again. So he visited. Rousing reception, happiness, you can feel the energy when people receive him. So while we're done with that, he presented them with a check of 15 million naira as kind of his donation. It's a continuous donation he's done because they're building a kind of a structure for training of the student. So we're done with that. So we now moved to Chief Oyegun's house to greet him and then probably let him know that we are in town. So at that point, we discussed what the next program was going to be and everything. From there, we now moved straight to the venue of the event. At that venue, rousing reception again. Beautiful. You know, when Peter Obi goes to Benin, it's an energy-making event. People in Benin loved his personality. While we were there, information reached us that hoodlums are heading towards us. This is a 3-story building, 2 to 3-story building. So we hurriedly now concluded the program successfully. There was no any issue. But immediately we left, 5 minutes later, the secretariat was under siege. People were being attacked, shot at, and everything. You could see the footage and everywhere, scattered. So I was wondering, had it been that we were at that venue when they came, the whole hall was filled to the brim, about almost 1,000 persons in that hall. And 3-story building, you can imagine the pandemonium that would have happened. People would have been jumping everywhere. But we escaped that, and we got back to Chief Oyegun's house. In Chief Oyegun's house, it's the GRA in Benin, where you expect that there will be heavy security and all. Unknowingly to us, while we are finishing our discussion, we are heading out. That was when we heard the gunshots. I thought it was a joke. We just heard one, then pa, 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 then it was pa, 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 pa. The shooting went sporadically like that. Our security now responded. That was how they zoomed up and ran away. It's clear to me that it was just an attempt was assassination because there were 3 governors, former governors, including Mr. Peter Obi himself. Oyegun was the former governor of Edo State, Professor Osumbo was, and then Peter Obi. So you expected that the security apparatus should have been up and running to protect life and property as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But they didn't.
But wait, so the first attack was in the Secretariat?
Yes, it was
so there wasn't just one?
No, it wasn't one, it's two.
Secretariat and then the residence?
They followed us down to his house, in Oyegun's house. It was in Oyegun's house that you saw all those gates and everything that had been shot. And then you saw the destruction of the cars. They followed us to Chief Oyegun's house.
But I thought, the team usually move in this convoy. So the security attachment didn't pick up any trace or trailings whatsoever?
Remember I said 5 minutes after we've left the Secretariat.
Yeah.
We've left and we're already in the house before they came. It wasn't as if they followed us immediately where we were going. So we are already seated. We've already had our discussion. We are heading out to come to the airport. That was when we had the shooting.
Yeah.
So somebody must have been monitoring our movement.
Yeah, but, you said that someone whispered that some armed thugs were on their way to the venue, so you hurried the program.
Yes.
I want to imagine that whenever it is that His Excellency visits any state, at least he will have either some personal security, or that even the former governors whom he visited, or who were also in that gathering, will still have some details.
Sure.
Was there any preparation that, was there any information given to those security detail? 'Cause I don't know who informed you. I want to imagine that they are the ones, and that they too should have, been on the alert that anything untoward could happen, given what they already saw, what they already heard was coming.
And I think that was why we were able to escape it. Because if we are not informed them or they are not aware, we will have unknowingly still remain in the Secretariat and the attack would have met us in that place.
Yes, but then you went to Chief Oyegun's house.
Yes.
And then it didn't seem like... So it's unclear if there was a shootout or if it was just an attack. If you understand what I mean.
No, it was an attack because after we've left, we are already seated in the house.
Don't hear me wrong. What I'm saying is you're seated in the house.
Yes.
You said you're already about coming out.
Yes.
But I'm saying that when the security men should have been on the lookout.
Yes.
Just in case those people too
Coming.
to, yeah.
Exactly. That was why they were able to challenge them. Because if they were not on alert, the possibility is that they may even have attempted coming into the compound.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but then they were outside.
They were outside.
They were outside.
They were able to repel them.
Yeah, that was why.
So there was a shootout.
Yes, because they did repel them. That was why they were able to run away.
Okay. Well, this is where we are now. This is, some people say, a clear-cut case of witch cried, and then, the baby was dead in the morning. Last year, we saw, you said His Excellency went to the School of Nursing.
That's right.
And I think it was the last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And I think it was that visit that also caused a bit of controversy with the Edo State governor, who said, we just saw that in the report, but sometime in July last year, who said that the ex-governor should not visit Edo State without letting him know. I'm just a little curious though. Did he let him know on this one?
I don't think that the governor is well schooled in the act of governance. Because if he was, he would have known that he is a governor. He's not an opposition. He's a governor, he governs all and provides security for all concerned.
Even though he's in the opposition party?
Yes, that's how it is. That's what governance is all about. Because you are supposed to govern the good, the bad, the ugly, and then those who are even in opposition, that is your duty. So you want to know that if the governor is asking, somebody must inform him before. I wonder how many of his table will have been filled with a lot of requests. Because people like me, or unknown person like you, want to go into Edo State will have applied. So the governor, I'm coming into your states.
Yeah, but we also saw a scenario in in Benue State?
Yes.
Where such a similar situation came up with the current governor,
yes.
Hyacinth.
Yes.
Who I think he issued some sort of statement saying that he will not be responsible for security, and then His Excellency cried out that look, this particular statement was not just made willy-nilly. It was actually targeting him, that he had told the governor that he was going to come to Benue State and would not just want to come, he would also like to, visit IDP camps. And
yes.
I think, the governor did not seem quite pleased with that. So, when Mr. Obi was explaining the situation, he said he would normally, when he's going into a state, he would normally let the governor know and, courtesy call, etc., before he goes to where he is really going to. That's what he said his modus operandi is. Yes. Was that modus operandi followed
through? Yes, because at the same time, even the three governors the other two governors who are residents of that particular state did the same thing. But the truth about it is that people see His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi as somebody who is coming in to take food out of their mouth. Let me use that word. In terms of his popularity and the kind of person that he is. So they feel very, very uncomfortable because definitely the moment he comes into the state, a lot of people comes around him. I said one thing, that if Peter Obi accorded a stone, if that stone can turn into a human being, they will embrace him. That's how it's been. He's lucky charm because he's been loved by a lot of people. So they feel very uncomfortable. That is where the court is. They forget that they are supposed to govern. They are supposed to even protect him so that nothing bad happens to him. But in terms of saying that probably somebody coming into your state and he has to inform you, he's done that. He's done that.
So he told the governor?
All of these particular people around the governor of Oyego and all of them do due diligence. We are going to visit Edo State under the invitation of Lumide Akpata, who was the MBA chairman, a law-abiding citizen, who knows all the rudiments of law and all. You should have expected that we have done due diligence.
But as at the time you were leaving the secretariat, when you already finished everything, you had inkling that something was going to happen, so you left and went back to the residence.
Yes.
Did you see a need in between that point to notify police?
We have security apparatus with us who already formally informed them exactly what's happening. They were the ones that even helped, because honestly, we would have remained in that secretariat not knowing that there was an assault on us. It was a direct assault, and for me, it's clearly indication of assassination, because they have laid the mark. Remember in 2023, our people were attacked. What I mean by our people, Labour Party members who were in Labour Party as at that time, in Lagos, were attacked. Some were being killed. Recently, on the 21st of this month, our agent in Gwagwa was killed, stabbed in the chest.
But I mean, the governor said the other day that he has it on good authority that ADC members are promoting cultism. So that was just before they arrived in the state, and people thought, wait a minute, if that was the case, it means something was going to happen. But that's on the one hand.
But Chamberlain, the question is, whose duty is to protect the citizen? If there are cultists in your state, it is the governor's duty to arrest them and get them prosecuted.
So the last time you visited, you know, as Michael highlighted, you had a bit of skirmish.
Yes.
And so, because if you look at the figures, yes, the Labour Party won the presidential election in the state with 56.97%. So clearly with the margin for the APC counterpart who won 24.85% in that last elections for that presidential elections. So the margin is there. It means that, look, yes, you may have your supporters, and chances are that if you're going to go there and visit again, who knows what might happen again. So moving forward now, what do you want to see happen? Because we can't afford political attempts, because if this happens here today and they think this is purely political, we don't know how this might spiral out of control in other states.
Chamberlain, I think a lot of our governors need to go back to governance school to know about protection of the states, not about your interests. Because at the point in which we are doing that, we forgot the actual duty that they are supposed to do. At every stage in our political life, this particular set of political party were in the forefront of the struggle about being maimed, intimidated, and all. We all saw it. Now they are a beneficiary of that particular structure. Instead of them to protect it and give us a better democracy, they are killing this particular one that we managed to survive with. So as far as I'm concerned, this particular government is actually killing democracy.
All right, that wraps it up today on the program. Yunusa, Tanko, thank you for your time, and we hope peace and everyone ensures that the right things are done, because we haven't even started campaigns yet.
At all.
And then we're doing this. This cannot be the case. I hope they investigate, and let's see what they come up with if they want to prove people wrong. That wraps it up today on the program. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. I'm Maokbe Ogun Yusuf, wishing you a great day ahead.